Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so this change has been approved by Mr. Helmut. Yeah. Okay. Then I guess we can merge that guy. Let me look at it once more. Format str args. Yeah. BSN printf. BSN printf. Okay, then let's merge this guy. Delete. Okay, let's look at the next one. What do we have here? What happens when turning off RTS build option ASIN? RTS game memory enable will just be whatever it was set to initially. This just overrides whatever it is set to if ASIN is enabled. Then this is probably fine, yeah. Yeah, then let's approve this one. Save a game memory. Okay. Backport feature to select all aircraft with hotkey. Okay. Backport the feature to select all aircraft with hotkey, default W. Backport has been performed with WinMerge. Okay, that's good. The feature is bound to a hotkey that must be defined. Found in a language too big. To set the hotkey without changing the big file, download this and unzip it into the folder. Okay, let me download this. I wonder. It sounds like we should build a minimal patch here. You know what we should do? We should take create a new branch, create a generals patch. So how about here we create a new folder, patch 1.08p. And we move the game files original CCG art textures. Game files original. See for reference. Okay, how about we take these files here, this data, zero hour. We do our game files, edited. It should probably be called game files core. Here we have called it game files edited, but better name for this would have been core. Yeah. But now it's too late to change this. Paste. Okay. View. Show symbols. Show all characters. CRLF. Yeah. Let me see. General's game code. Patch. Commits. No. Game files. Edited. Data. Ini. Animation 2D. Let me download the raw file. Okay, so that ends on LF. Let me go to original CCG, data in a settings, download. That also ends on LF. Okay, so it's just on checkout. It's CRLF. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so what we can do is we move all these ini files from generals, from original CCG. Yeah. The question is, are we happy with this folder? Patch 1.8p. Yeah. Probably would have been better if this was called 0 hour and this generals. Because it's not really intuitive. Like, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean, right? I guess experts will understand that this refers to generals, and ZH here, this refers to 0 hour. But yeah, it's not really intuitive. The problem is you cannot really change this at this point because there's just all these pending pull requests that rely on this folder structure. Right, so yeah. What would be a better name? Generals patch. Generals patch. Or maybe we just say CCG. Patch 1.8p CCG. Yeah, could do that. Yeah, let's go with that. I am happy with that. Yeah. Okay, and then these files eventually would also need to be moved over. The generals files here, yeah. Okay, basically the idea is that it looks like we're already changing, since we're adding features from 0 hour to generals. There also need to be some changes made to ini files and maybe window files and so on. And while we do this, maybe it would be good to like reflect this actually in our data branch, because otherwise we need to assemble it sometime. Why is speech edited? Curious why speech has a different date here. I wonder if it was edited by mistake. Yeah, could be. Let me move generals. Hold on. Move generals project files into a new folder. Move generals into new project folder. Move generals ini files into new project folder. Okay. And then we can apply, well, first let's check this speech ini thing here. That looks strange. Let me go to projects, generals files, 1.8 lose ini speech, right? Speech ini. Speech ini. Yeah, okay, so if we copy this over here, does this change anything? Let's see. Huh. Okay, looks like that was just a bunch of white space deleted. Who did that? How did that happen? Let me see. File tree. Speech. View history. Remove trailing white spaces. Remove trailing white spaces and carriage return from generals ini files so it is consistent with the 0 hour ini files. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fair. Otherwise, we haven't touched anything for the generals ini files. They were just added as a reference. And then there was some cleanup here. And now we actually move it. And now we can actually maybe use it for a project for generals. I mean, since we cater to code, might as well cater to data a bit. At least just the fundamentals, right? Yeah. Okay, we can reset this guy. Then let me push this. Okay. So we removed the ini, the info.txt, and we just moved all these files here, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. This change moves the generals ini files into a new project folder. The project does not do anything yet. Just to double check, let me check that it breaks really nothing, but I think the files were never referenced, those ini files. The art files are referenced from here, but I think the ini files from generals obviously should have never been referenced. Yeah, let's execute this once to see if it just works normally. Yeah. Okay, that looks fine. Good. This change moves the general's ini files into a new project folders. Move ini files into new project folder. The project does not do anything yet. Labels. Community patch. data ini, data. Game files original CCG, data ini. Game files core. Original CCG. Game files original CCG. Yeah, I will just squash, bypass the rules, and squash. Okay, and then we make a follow-up change. Main. Pull. Then we do fetch and prune. And then we create a new branch. Generals, patch buttons. Okay. And then we take this this command map thingy here, and we put it right above here. Then we check the diff, and the diff, oof. Why does the diff look so different? What? Huh? Oh. It belongs into the language folder. I see. I think we need to create a... Oh, I see. Okay, so we need to reset this guy. And let me see. Projects, I think we can go in here. Data, Brazilian, here, it's here, it's here. So I guess we need to copy these guys. I don't know why German is lowercase. Brazilian, Chinese, cursors. Brazilian, Chinese, English, French, German, Italian, Korean, Polish, Spanish. Okay, let's copy these guys. So where do they go? Data, okay, just data, okay. Then let's make this uppercase, this German here. I think it's the same in 0 hour, right? Data. German, yeah. Okay, then we will remove the other stuff though. The movies and this and this and this. Just the ini files. Ugh. German. Da, 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 da. Italian. Korean. Polish. Spanish. Language. Language ini. Header template. Okay, let's double check if things look good. German, French, English, Chinese, Brazilian. What about the other languages? Well, I mean, it would be nice to also cater to the Russian, the Ukrainian, and so on, but yeah, maybe it should be a separate effort. I think for now, just the official files. Yeah. English. Okay, so that basically just adds a whole bunch of files here, yeah. Okay. Problem. Add official at official language data ini files at any files for of official languages from generals, or any files of official languages from generals. Let's rename this generals language ini. Let me push that. This change adds all any files of official languages from generals. The files do not do anything yet. I do wonder. I do wonder if there's any problem to expect from here. Not sure. I hope that the CRLF gets replaced when it's pushed up, but I'm really not sure because it's all happening inside Git. Any files, text, I don't know. Okay, then let's merge this guy. And now I think we can finally go to main, pull rebase, and now we merge the Now we merge the command map ini. So we take this guy and we copy it over English. Yeah, let's see. There we go. There you go. Okay, so select all aircraft. So the first question I have is General's game page. Select folder. Let me add here the new one in the list, core 1.08 CCG. And then we search for, let me close all this here. Then we search for select all aircraft. Okay. Here. So it is under select all, yeah. Okay, so this one looks correct. So this string will also be missing, right? Yeah. Let's add here a comment. Patch 1.08, patch 1.08p. Is that how we comment here? I think the keyword is patch 1.04p, right? Yeah, okay. Then here we call it patch 1.08p. Add feature backports the backports this key from 0 hour. Let's say key mapping. Backports key mapping from 0 hour. New key mapping. Okay, and then let's search for select all. Yeah, maybe not. Search for command map select all. Yeah, and then I may paste it here, and here. Okay. And then we need to check why does Polish have this not? Polish has no select all aircraft? And German neither. What the hell? What? What? I'm shocked. What? What is this? Okay, interesting. So Arabic has it, English has it, Korean has it here at the top for some reason. Huh. Russian has it. Spanish has it as well. Why don't some of the languages have it not? Huh? Probably it will conflict with other key mappings. So I think what we should do is, that's really interesting. It's really interesting. Okay. I think what we should do is, for now, we add it to 0 hour, but we comment it out. Yeah. We should make a diff between these files. Yeah. Okay, so feature adds missing command mapping. It's missing command mapping. Let's say add fix. Disabled until key mapping conflicts are resolved. Until potential. I know that in the German it definitely has key conflict because the W key is used for things. I don't know about other languages, but it's also possible that that will conflict. So that's why I would just add it as disabled for now. Yeah. Interesting. I haven't seen that before. We should probably make a diff between English and the other languages and see if there's anything else missing, which certainly is possible. Right. Okay, actually here we have one. Oops. What the hell? Yeah. So English has it. Fixes key conflict. Okay. Strangely, in Korean, it's placed here at the top. How about we move it down? Yeah, how about we move it down here with it's in the other files? What was it? Select all. There we go. Okay, so that was that. And the other one that was added is, let me actually save all. Save all. Okay, and the other was backports new key mapping from 0R. Let me also fix that comment. There should be a dot at the end. There we go. Okay. Then let's search for this guy again. So, okay, so these look pretty consistent now. That's good. All right. And next we added what? Core English. Data English. Fast forward. Let's see. Fast forward. Fast forward exists in. It should be. Ukrainian, Swedish, Spanish, Russian, Polish, Korean, Italian, German. What about French? French doesn't have fast forward? What? Okay. Let me search for this guy here. It looks like a Spanish doesn't have fast forward. Oh, that is outrageous. Let me do camera reset. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's missing toggle camera tracking and toggle fast forward. Yeah. Wow, okay. Wow. No idea what happened there. Let me say patch 1.04p add fix bug fix adds missing key mapping. Here's another one. Let's see if the others have it. Chinese, yeah. Arabic has a space there. Why does it have a space there? Let me remove the space here. Spanish also has a space there. Okay. Okay, so we added it now here. Then let's add it to the others as well. Let's add a comment. Here, patch Toggle fast forward replay. Here. Backports new key mapping from 0. How? Okay. Okay. Toggle fast forward replay. Good. Okay. Good. Then what we do is backports new key mapping from 0. Yeah. Okay. Then I think we make this a separate change. Create branch. Generals. Key mapping. Key. Backport. Key mappings. I hope that there won't be key collisions. It could be, right? Right. Hold on. So, I mean, here with the fast forward key, there won't be any collisions. That's in the replay. That's fine. But select all aircraft. So we have it commented on a bunch of languages. So when we enable this, select all aircraft, French. So only English, Korean, Spanish have select all aircraft. That's really interesting. Huh. Key mapping. Yeah, so Problem is it needs to be checked for key conflicts, right? There could be some global action that conflicts with the W key. Yeah. Then if a free key would have to be found, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit more complicated than I thought. I thought we just need to add some entries, but it's not that simple. While we're at it, how about we compare WinMerge how about we compare 0 hour edited data English command map ini, and we compare it with the other languages. So with Brazilian, demo instant quit. Okay. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. Key right, key left. Is this the only one? Key right. I thought that key right is also used for camera movements. Isn't that used for camera movement as well? I don't. I thought so. Select next pref worker unit now requires a control key plus arrow keys. Arrow keys were freed up to allow these buttons for use in scrolling. This was changed at the request of Harvard Bonin. But where's this mapping? Curious. Where's this mapping for camera movements? This is maybe hard-coded. Let me let me launch the game. Yeah, so the arrow keys I can use to scroll the map. And now if we use control dozer, then control arrows, then it selects the dozer. Yeah. So I wonder what happens in the other languages then. If the mapping is without this modifier, then I guess we can't scroll the camera with the arrow keys. Oof. This comment, how many files is this? Okay, this is in a bunch of languages. It's also in generals. Huh. Oh, that's weird. So it was already added in generals, and it was added in Brazilian generals, but it didn't make it into Brazilian 0 hour. What? Oh, that is wild. That is wild, yeah. Interesting. That's really interesting, yeah. So, what kind of other language do we have installed here? I think I also have French in here, right? Yeah. So let me quit this here. Let me select French. Full French. Execute. So solo, let's go. So this is French, and I cannot use mouse, the arrow keys to move the camera. Ah, but I can use control. So it's inverted. Oh, that's weird. Okay. So where's this other mapping then? Where's this other mapping? Key right. Is this part of the... Oh, where's this key mapping? I don't understand. Does anyone know where the camera scroll key mapping is? Game data. For the arrow keys. Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have expected that there's another command map here with the same key but without the modifier, right? Which then allows to scroll the camera, but it's not here. Where is this? Let's scroll through all the things here. It must be here. No? Camera rotate. Okay. Zoom in. Camera reset. So there is some camera stuff here, but it's not the camera move. Where's the camera move? Huh? That is wild. That is extremely wild. Shit. Shit. So it somehow works, right? We can scroll. I don't understand how this works. Maybe in code it says, okay, we don't have key conflicts with that modifier, then let's use that. Otherwise, we don't use a modifier. So something like that. I don't know. To me, it looks like magic right now. Unexpected, yeah. If we look in codes, maybe we can find where this is used. Let's search for camera. Camera. Somehow it didn't open camera. It doesn't want to open camera. Strange. Camera class, how about that? There we go. Set position. to your 3D mouse. Yeah, probably the easiest would be to set a breakpoint and see like when it sits and then see the call stack. Yeah. Let's see who owns the camera. Hello? Somehow nothing is working here. The tool is broken. Let me restart Visual Studio. There we go. Good. So we probably need to find like a member, camera member. Here. No, that's for World Builder. Maybe this here, 3D camera. This one. Yeah. Set transform. Look at. Okay. Camera lock drawable. Okay. Set transform. Set camera transform. Ah. It seems like it's somewhere in here. Camera transform. Build camera transform. there's a position here. Get position. It's probably somewhere through this one. MPOS. Yeah. So let's see who is calling this guy. Set location. Set the view's current location. Yeah, scroll. Scroll. Scroll the view by the given delta. So let's see where this is being called. Tactical view. Translate game message. Set scroll mount. Scroll by. Offset. Here, scroll edge, scroll key. There we go. Scroll dir up. Yeah. Scroll dir. Okay, so who is setting this? Scroll dir is pressed. Message raw. Key down, key up. Yeah. Okay, so it's just reading it here. I don't see anything about modifiers. Key state. State up. Yeah. So my suspicion is how this works is that if one of these keys here, one of these command map keys consumes the key, then it won't arrive here. It won't get to this point. So the key would already be consumed before. And so what happens is we cannot change the mapping, but the mapping will take effect if one of these things, if one of these mappings is not set. So if we set key down with modifier control, then this action only takes place if we do that, and then otherwise the scrolling will consume that key, right? And here it's the other way around. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Man, can we get some good music here? Okay, so there's probably nothing we need to do here for this. Yeah, the issue I see here is that Brazilian here is inconsistent. In general, it does this, and then in 0 hour it does the other thing. So that is strange. That is very strange, yeah. So English does this, Spanish. In Spanish also, has it changed? Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah. I think it would be good if it was consistent across the games. Yeah. But then which one should take precedence? Generals or 0 hour? Brazilian. I would say, I would argue that 0 hour should take precedence because it's a more popular game. Yeah. So I would say maybe we copy it to generals. So Spanish to generals and Brazilian to generals. Yeah. So let's go here. 1.8 CCG core Spanish compare, and so we copy here. We copy Spanish to generals. Yeah. And we copy Brazilian. We copy Brazilian. From generals, no, from 0 hour to generals. I think that's a better setup, because then if someone uses Brazilian or Spanish, then the key mappings are the same in generals and 0 hour, because otherwise, I mean, it's so confusing. If it's inconsistent with English, that's another story. But as I would argue that within the same language, the key mappings should be consistent, at least within the language, across both titles, because otherwise, yeah, you have to learn it for one game, and then for the other game, it doesn't make sense, right? So I would say copying it from 0 hour to generals is probably a reasonable thing to do, and it just affects Brazilian and Spanish. They're not the most popular languages, so I think that is perfectly fine. Yeah. So let me create a separate change for that then. So here, we should document this properly. Select next unit. Okay, so CCG Spanish. CCC Spanish here. Then we add a comment here, page 1.08p, add tweak. Select units, backports, CTRL modifier for unit selection keys from 0 hour. And then for Brazilian, we have removed this, right? Here we say backports non-modifier for unit selection keys from 0 hour. Brazilian. Maybe we put this comment here at the bottom. No, I think it's fine. Good, then this would be one change. Brazilian. Let me create a new branch. Branch. Key mapping. Select unit. Spanish, Brazilian. Say delete this here. Backport. Or change. Make a key mappings for units. Make key mappings for previous and next unit selections consistent. Make key mappings for previous unit selections. Maybe we should also introduce a gen keyword. Make key mappings for previous and next unit selections consistent with 0 hour. Change. Okay, so that would be 1. How about we change the branch name to generals sync select unit keys. Delete. Okay. And then we go here. That doesn't work. Stash. Stash pop. Good. So this looks fair. Korean, we just have moved it. I would say let's do a rename. Generals backport. Generals backport fast forward. Key mapping. So it's this guy. This guy. Okay. So say gen adds key mapping for replay fast forward to all to original languages, original game languages. Adds key mapping for replay fast forward to original game languages. Adds key mapping for fast forwards in replay. Adds key mapping for fast forward and replay to original game languages. Okay. Okay. Then we do a stash. Then we create a new one. Generals backports. Select all aircrafts. Key mapping. So that will be backport, new key mapping. Select all aircrafts. So the problem I have here is that when we edit here, we also likely introduce key conflicts, the same as with the 0 hour one. Yeah, so this is a problem. How about we create another new branch for 0 hour fix fix how do we say fix French key mapping. Ah, shit, where is it? Here. Rename. There we go. Okay, so it's missing key mapping, yeah. Set H, fix, missing key mappings for this and this. Okay, so much wrong here, man. Select all aircraft. Okay, so the question is, what do we do with these languages? My expectation is that there will be key conflicts. Let me see. Maybe we can, hold on. We already have scripts in place. Let me search for this comment. Okay, so it's here. Let me uncomment this. Yeah. Okay, I need some music here. Some atmosphere here. Here, space music is always good. Good. So we do have design scripts str conflicts. Yeah, okay, so there are only here a few conflicts. Let me go to wait, let's first check if we have now this enabled for all the languages. Arabic. Yeah. Then where's the script? Design scripts. I think we need a command prompt. Find key conflicts. Py find key conflicts. Okay. And that has found key conflicts. Yeah. So let me remove these here. So yeah, as you can see, it creates conflicts here with the Tau missile. In Brazilian, it creates a huge conflict. In German, huge conflict. French, also Tau missile. Yeah. Yeah, so it conflicts with some construction keys here in these languages. It's not too bad. French. Yeah. Let me do a stash here. Let me do one run here. That looks pretty unrelated. Backports. Okay. Maybe what we can do is create a new branch first. Select all. Hold on, may I already have one? Here. Good. Stash pop. Good. Okay, let's generate it once more. Okay, we reset these guys here. Good. So it looks like ZH has no problems. There's no conflicts. Okay, so that's great. KO, that is just moved. That's not a problem. Yeah, okay, so Korean and Chinese, they are fine. Italian, not so much. Italian is conflicting with quite a number. Troop crawler, Transporto Truppe. Why is this mapped on W then? Okay, here is just Tau missile, and here as well. Can we change a Tau missile to something else? Missile Tau. Let's see. So that affects French and Italian. French and Italian and Brazilian. Yeah. Yeah. French, Italian, Brazilian. Tau missile. Yeah. So what if we change it to I? For ES, let's try. Yeah, let's try change this to I. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if that works. Okay, so yeah, Brazilian looks good. French looks good. Well, French we didn't touch, right? We did. We did. Okay, so we fixed 2 languages. It's great. So we still have Italian, and I think German we cannot fix because it does collide with guard mode. So maybe we would have to put it on a different key then, right? Yeah, for German. Yeah, so how about we put it on... Okay, let's worry about Italian first. Italian, so So it conflicts with TrueCrawler, only TrueCrawler. Yeah, okay. Then let's search for Transporto Truppe. Okay. Then let's change that to T. And then we do there was another one. The salto. Also T. Okay. Okay, let's see if that causes any conflicts. It could be that now Italian is conflicting with another construct key, right? Yeah. Yeah, it conflicts with the outpost. Okay, so the outpost is built on T then. What key is free? Let me see. Can we find this? I think we need a text search. Let's search for this here. Jesus. Command sets. Can't we search here? We can. There we go. Good. So. Okay, so available keys. A, F, J, K, L, P, S, V, X, Y, Z. Good. So, Transporto Truppe. Before it was W. Transporto Truppe. How about maybe P? No, that's quite far. So T is here. Maybe R? No, we can't. Maybe F. F, yeah, F could work. It's close by. Yeah. Maybe it's something close by to W. A is close by. S as well. Maybe A. A. Yeah. Let me see the other guy. Here, Transporto Truppe. Let's search for this guy. Okay, so that has A. A is free. Let me search for the other guy. Here. And that's... let me make this larger. That also has A free. Okay, then how about we put it on A? It's close enough to W. Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, I think A is a good substitute for this. Then we put this here. A. That's it. Okay, cool. Then let's run an update here. So IT no longer has conflicts. Excellent. Okay. So IT is good. IT is very good. French is good. But Brazilian is also good. But German is not good. DE. DE, very bad. Okay. I think here we need to choose another key for German. So we need to go ahead. They are not in command map. I think it is simply hard coded in, what was it? And as long as nothing else consumes the key, then this will scroll the camera. After inspection, I think it is simply hard-coded. Good. Then, where are we? The German, right. So, what do we do with the German? Yeah, the question is, what key can we use for select all aircraft that will not collide with things? Probably have to look around a bit here to get an impression of. Let's find some available keys that looks very short. How about that? Oof, well, that takes forever. Is there anything? I think it doesn't print anything that helps with finding a free slot for a global key. It helps with individual command sets to see which are free there, but not so much with the global keys. It wasn't coded like this. Yeah, but I think we can figure it out by testing a few keys until we have no more conflicts. So for example, we could try Y. Y. Yeah, let's try Y. Where do we need to go? German command map. Let's put it on Y, key Y. Let's double check that there's no other mapping. No. Okay, let's see what happens. There's probably something that conflicts with it. Yeah. Although Y is not a very common character in German, so maybe it just works. Nope. It conflicts with combat bike and boost. Okay, so no Y. Okay, what else? Then how about we try... Maybe L. L. Why not? Let's try L. Key L. That doesn't have either. Ah, boy. Okay, what about... Oh, man. Maybe we won't find any available key here. Could be, right? We could try J. J. There must be one key at least, no? Still conflicting. But it's just one. Suicide attack. It's just one key. So it would be an option, but we would need to change suicide attack to something else. Let me see. Fixes key conflict. It's missing key mapping. Aha. So this originally didn't have a key mapping for German. We just made this up, J. So maybe we just map this to something else. I guess we cannot use suicide. Suicide attack. Suicide attack. Text not found. Suicide. Yeah. Okay, can we show in folder? Okay. Suicide attack, please. Cannot use I. What about maybe map it to R? No. Maybe P. No. Maybe we keep on looking. So key J doesn't work. What other option do we have? Man, it's not very satisfying. What other option do we have? U? Maybe U? There's probably something conflicting with that as well, right? Let's say key U. Oh, there already is some. No, there's not. Okay, let's try this. Key U. Conflicting with rally points. Oh boy! My gosh. That sucks. What if we put it on key Z? Would that maybe work? Let's see. Oops. Key Z. Huh. Begin pass build. Let's see. So J would be an option, but then we would have to move the detonate suicide button somewhere else and find. Okay, Z is also conflicting. Ah, man. Shit. Okay, what else? What other options do we have here? That is hard, man. Z. V. That probably also conflicts with something. L. What about L? I think we already tried that, right? Conflicted with something. Yeah. I mean, the best option would be J, and then we move the suicide attack somewhere else. I think. Or... Oh, shit. Oh, the German is really a problem here. If we put it on W, then it will conflict with what? With guard mode and probably some other small ones. The thing is, we would then have to move the guard mode, which would be a bigger change, right? Let's say a more impacting change. So, yeah. Well, it also conflicts with the War Factory. Oh, Jesus. And some other things. Radar van. Okay, it conflicts with a lot of things, so that's probably not the smartest idea. Shit. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I I was hoping that there's at least one key free on the keyboard that we can use. Well, I cannot figure out which one that would be. Man, how hard can this be? I think for the global keys, the script would need to visit all the command sets and figure out all the conflicts and then print a list for the global key. Maybe it already does that. I don't recall. I don't see it. It's all only command sets. K. Maybe K. No, it's not in here. R. V. No. F. J. So K, what is it colliding with? K. It's colliding with this guy here. The nuke launcher. X. X is used for scatter. Y. Yeah, it's such a global key, and to fit it in retroactively is quite hard, right? Yeah. Maybe. What if we... why don't we use a modifier? Yeah, we can use key Q and use modifier CTRL. We can do that. Yeah. That should work. Yeah. Let's see. I hope the script recognizes the modifier thingy. If it's not stupid, then it should. Aha! The conflict is gone. Look at that. Boom. Bitch. I wonder if we should do the same with the other guys. Let's see. So we changed the Italian Transporto Truppe from W. Changes IT. Yeah. Well, I mean, the other ones, they really minimal changes here. We only needed to resolve the tow missile. And the troop crawler. So I think there is fine. We just leave it on W, same as English. And for the German, we just have both on Q. So Q without the modifier is select all units, and Q with modifier is select the aircraft. Yeah. Yeah. Now the only question is, does this actually work? Can we launch German here? without German language packs installed in the installed directory. Let me see. It may crash now. Yeah, it does, yeah. Then let me go ahead and copy the German let me get this here. Generals, English. Basically, just copy everything into English. So audio German, German, speech German, German. Yeah. But this, I mean, it's a bit bad. We don't want to screw up this install here with too much stuff. I think what we do is, it's already bad enough that we have French in here. Why did I do that? I should do that. Let me remove the. Hold on. These are just it doesn't hurt anything because these are in language folders. No, I think it's fine. We can just copy it in there. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. So we put this in here. And then we take this and this and this. Yeah. And put these guys in here. Let's try this again. Execute. There you go. Yeah, so we built some planes. Yeah. So it's now a German version. Yeah. And we built here airfields. Yeah. Then we built here some Comanches. And then we built here a war factory. And then built some tanks. Yeah. Okay, so if we press Q, it selects these guys. And also this. Okay, now we press Control Q, and it only selects the aircraft. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, it works. Here's guard mode on W. Okay, cool. That works. Okay, we found an elegant enough solution. Yeah, fantastic. Good. Then. Then what we can do is stage this one. It's missing command mapping. Let me search for this string here. We remove that because we solved the conflicts. Okay. For the German one, maybe we add a note. Is this a German? No, that's French. Here's a German. We say uses the CTRL uses Control plus Q because W is already mapped by guard mode. let's say uses WQ mapping because W is already mapped by guard mode. Yeah. Okay, and then here, then we need to search for this guy, and we say changes IT from crawler. Say tweak. Today is 10th 05 2025. Changes key mapping of DE IT to prevent key conflict with this is I think we also have fixed key conflict with for the there's a lot of key conflicts were fixed in the past, which was quite a lot of work. Looks like the comment uses a different style for IT. Changes key mapping. Changes key mapping went. So prevents key conflict with that for IT. What's it? Changes. What was the previous one? Previous key was W. Changes key mapping from W. It's actually already implicit here. Changes key mapping to prevent we can also say fixes key conflict with that. Yeah. I think that's good enough. Okay, I think that works. And then the other one is the Tau missile. And here we simply expand this list, right? So we touched FR, ES, IT, and BP. Fixes key conflict with that. Yeah, that works. Okay, that works. I think adds missing command mapping. Maybe we also add here. Add a name here and a date, 10/05/2025. Okay. All right. So that's Brazilian, Chinese, French, and this guy, German, Italian, and Korean. We just moved it from the top to the bottom. And in Spanish, we just removed the deadline here. Okay, good. Okay, so we added it to Brazilian, Chinese, French, German, Italian. 5 languages. 5 languages. Yeah. Okay. Update. So this is 0 hour fix missing key mapping for select all aircrafts. Missing key mapping for select all aircrafts. Select all aircraft for missing key mapping in Brazilian, Chinese, French, German, Italian. Missing key mapping for select all aircraft. Okay, I think that's it. Back parts. Yeah, let's commit this guy. Rename. So this is actually fix select all aircraft key mappings. Okay, then go back to main branch. And we create a new branch. Select all aircrafts. Generals. Select aircraft key mapping. Okay, so key mapping. So I would say that here in German we also need to use then let me see, German. So German key mapping, we map by guard mode. Oh, I see there's an error here. Oops. Need to fix that. I'll do it afterwards. Okay, so adds missing command mapping. German. So German here uses control Q mapping because W is already mapped by guard mode. CTRL. There we go. Okay. And we also add here 10.05 2025. File, save all. Okay. Good. So select all aircraft, www Q, www. Okay, and then we call this gen it's key mapping for select all aircraft to original game languages. What's key mapping? Okay, stage. Commit. Okay, then here these changes we can reset. There we go. And then let me go once more to this one here. There's the error. There we go. Okay. Amend commit. Okay, cool. Is there anything else? Let me go here once more. Reverts for fast forward. Let's call it like this, fast forward replay. How about we use the keyword there, select all aircraft. Let me put this into English language for unit camera tracking and fast forward replay. Sorry. Good. Okay, how about we open pull requests for these 5 guys in the next session? Yeah. Yeah. I would say we yeah, so these are 5 changes. Yeah. We open pull requests for these guys. Yeah. F11 is the standard hotkey for this nowadays. Yeah, I think for games it's Alt Enter. I don't know about if F11. F11 is used by Gentools, JPEG screenshots. Okay, good. Then next session, I would say we open the 5 pull requests for these guys. And then I think we can move back to code. This was just like a detour because Ah, because you wanted to look at this guy. Right. Backport feature to select all aircraft with hotkey. Basically, I see now that functionality is added to generals. And if that requires us to like add things to ini files or other files, then we should probably do that. Otherwise, we kind of forget it. So, yeah, I would like to do it on the sides, right? So that some things are already being taken care of. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I wonder if we should change our naming convention now to how we do it in the code space. So we no longer have the fix keyword here where we say fix add. Oh, right. We don't use add at present tense. Add missing key mappings. Yeah, add missing key mappings. I think that's better. Then here we say, how? Hold on. Right. Add missing key mapping. Missing key mappings. So select. I don't know. Chen ZH. How did we describe these in the past? So we always use this fix. I think we should keep that style. It was a bit broken, that style, lately, because multiple authors created multiple changes here. So sometimes it has this fixed colon and sometimes without a colon. Yeah. Here I made a mistake. It shouldn't be fixes, it should be fixed punctuation inconsistencies. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't pay attention. Okay, but okay, let's hold on. Let's fix this then here. So this. So this should be 0 hour fix add missing key mappings. Yeah, let's do that. Then here on French, revert fix. Okay. Then here, this one is not a fix and not a change. It's just adding something, add key mapping. Let's say add new key mapping. General, select all aircraft. Revert. Add new key mapping. Sync select unit keys. Make key mapping. Change. Okay, so here we say let's say sync key mappings of previous and next unit selections. Sync key mappings of that with 0 hour for for Brazilian Spanish. Sync key mappings for previous and next unit selection with 0 hour for Brazilian Spanish. Is that a good sentence? Oof. Sync key mappings for previous and next unit selection with 0 hour. Sync key mappings for previous and next unit selection with 0 hour for Brazilian Spanish. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, okay. Looks good to me. Good, what time is it? Yeah, close to 3 hours. Yeah, I think I will take a break here. Yeah. Then next session we create a pull request for this. Then we go back to this review here. And yeah, look at it. Yeah. Good. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a bit finicky here with all the different languages and key mappings, and yeah, it's quite a bit annoying, but yeah. I think the setup we have now in 0 hour is pretty decent. We have no major key mappings in all the languages. Yeah, and we didn't change major key mappings, so like the command sets are still close to the original, right? So that like if someone used the original game and they upgrade, then it's very similar, right? especially for English. I think for some other languages there were a few more changes because there were some outrageous key conflicts in some of the languages. I think French had one really big one, which made one of the big keys unusable. I think the guard mode or something. Something was conflicting like with everything. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, there were some really outrageous ones. So yeah, this one looks pretty good. Yeah. Good. I will take a break here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time, goodbye.